Rivers are amongst the great gifts of nature. Who can not experience a feeling of thrill whilst being on the banks of a river, especially one where the water is flowing vigorously? There is something extremely charming about rivers. Rivers, after all, are large streams of naturally flowing water. And there are rivers everywhere, all over the world. And we see that civilizations grew up on the banks of rivers, historically speaking. Because without water you can't live. Water is life. Water is needed for everything. Srila Prabhupada in his purport cites Chanakya Pandit's statement that one should not live in a place where there is no temple, where there is no friend, and where there is no river. And we see that happening everywhere. Whether it was along the Nile, great civilizations developed in China, in Egypt, in India. Of course, in India, we have so many mighty rivers and sacred ones. And so these rivers, they're actually the backbone of human civilization. And they have very enormous significance because they offered, firstly, the largest source of fresh water for drinking. The rivers constitute the primary source of fresh water for the residents of the earth planet. And they are the biggest source of livelihood for everyone. Without rivers, there could be no life. When you sit on the banks of the river, you lose count of time. It is so beautiful and so soothing. It's so much in the mode of goodness. And that is why, historically, we see that sages have used the banks of rivers to build their hermitages and monasteries and cottages and so on. And they live in solitude in some part on the bank of the river. There are certain rivers which are very sacred. And you can actually make spiritual advancement by coming in contact with these rivers.